April, big month.
Yeah.
Financial Literacy Month, very important. This is a great opportunity to review and possibly upgrade how we treat our finances.
We all need a little help in that department, right? So lucky for us, our next guest helping us turn sense into sense. In her new book, Cultura and Cash, Giovanna Gonzalez is a financial educator and founder of the First Gen Mentor, a company that teaches people how to budget like a boss, save like a pro, and invest like a champ.
Wow.
I like all of this.
This feels good for me.
Yeah.
Giovanna's joining us live now. Welcome to New York Living. It's so wonderful to have you here.
Thank you for having me here.
You know, this is a very important conversation. It's one of those taboo things, talking about money. People kind of feel a little sticky, and I personally, I know I felt weird asking for help in the past. I'm a changed woman now, so thank you for all that you do. And a lot of people have no idea what goes on when it comes to their money, which is scary. So we want to take it back to the beginning, because I know it's a big part of what you do. What did your parents teach you when it comes to finances?
To be frank, they didn't teach me anything. If anything, they modeled what I didn't want to do. So my dad got himself into credit card debt, eventually had to file for bankruptcy. My mom had a spending problem. And what I saw at home was these fires of, they never had enough savings. So if something happened, there was some sort of emergency, they always had to rush to ask family for a loan. And I saw that and I'm like, I don't want to live in this chaos.
Right.
Yeah, and it is one of those things where you really got to kind of ingrain your brain young with some of the financial knowledge. But if it's not there, then those mistakes linger and carry on to your adult life, right?
Exactly.
So let's talk about some of the things that you mentioned in your book and 5 things you believe that we should be taught at a young age about our finances.
Well, we should be taught that financial education is the key to you learning how to manage your money. Just because you can make money doesn't know you know how to manage it well and make it work for you.
Totally.
So to learn, it really is a new language. You have to study it. You have to immerse yourself in it the same way that if you want to take up French, you don't just start speaking French, right? You have to study it. Okay. So and second thing would be that you have to focus on improving your net worth. I always thought the name of the game was just paying your bills on time and you're good.
Wow.
Then quickly I learned the name of the game is you have to improve your net worth over time. And that word can be intimidating to some because they always hear celebrities and their net worth.
Your net worth on the internet is insane.
Oh, yeah.
Can I have a loan?
It's not true, by the way. My net worth is not true.
In the most simplest terms, net worth is what you own minus what you owe. Exactly. And everybody has a net worth, and everybody's goal should be to improve their net worth over time.
Right.
And then third, I wish I would have known that Social Security is not my retirement plan. I think a lot of people falsely believe that. It was never intended to be that. It was only supposed to be supplemental to your own retirement income. And then the fourth thing would be that a primary home is not an investment. This one I say it to all my immigrant parents out there because they're down my throat about why don't you buy a home? You have money. And I say that I'm focusing my money on other investments. So in my investment portfolio, in my business and growing my business. The fifth thing would be to take advantage of workplace benefits. As the daughter of immigrants, my parents never had the privilege or the opportunity to be offered workplace benefits. So take advantage of that HSA, FSA, 401k match, and all those goodies that they offer.
All different kinds of savings accounts, a JACE, correct, through the place of employment. Now, before you are a content creator in the money space, before this, so you had a 9-to-5 job. I did. You eventually were able to quit that. Congratulations,
Thank you.
I think. So what were you doing, and then what did you learn in quitting your job and going full steam ahead with your side hustle that became your main hustle?
Right. I spent 10 years working in financial services. The first 3.5 I worked in auto insurance, and the majority of my career, almost 7 years, I worked in investment management. I was an analyst in investment performance measurement and reporting for big institutional clients like pension funds, endowments, foundations. And what I learned there was...
So she's credible.
What I learned was all of this financial jargon, right? Because it was a part of my job. But I also learned that my 9-to-5, if I was smart with the money, it could create freedom for me, right? So I learned how to pay off debt. I learned how to build savings. Then I eventually built 14 months of savings because I was planning to quit my job to go on a sabbatical, not to be a content creator, not to do any of this.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to travel the world for a year, and I had this big dream of doing it while young. But what happened was the pandemic happened. So all travel plans got shut down, and instead the opportunity to do TikTok full time came about, and I decided to explore that instead, and it's been 3 years now.
Yeah, and
This
I
is
mean,
the kind of TikTok content I need.
well, seriously, because it's really teaching something too.
Yeah.
And you break it down in a way that people can really understand. So let's talk about the book right now. And you talk about our relationship with money and how it should be something like a champ. Relationship with money should be like a champ. So what do you mean by that?
I'm not sure where that quote came from.
Yeah, building our relationship with money like a champ.
Yeah. I mean, Cultura en Cash is a practical and jargon-free money guide written for first-generation Latinas or other first-generation professionals to learn how to tackle their debt. But anybody can learn from the teachings of this book because it teaches the basics of budgeting, of paying off debt, of credit building, investing. So anybody can learn, and it's really the first book, because I've read many. I read over 50 personal finance books.
Oh, wow.
It's the first one that acknowledges how culture, family, and community impact how you interact with money. So it actually gives you tools on how to have those money conversations with extended family. Because as Latinos, our money is always tied to our family in some way or another.
Incredible. I want to ask you real quick. You talk about investing. I don't, and I should.
And it can be daunting.
I have a feeling you
Yes.
do.
I do? Okay, look.
Do you have a
breaking
401k?
news. Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
You're an investor.
But if you want to take it a step further, do you have to make a ton of money? What's like the basic entree point if
Sure.
we want to invest?
Yeah, and first I would like to acknowledge again,
Yes.
most people think they're not investors because they're not actively day trading
Trading,
stocks
yes.
with Bloomberg
Right.
terminals. That's one type of investing. The type of investing that you do through your 401k or a Roth IRA, that's investing too.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's investing for your retirement, which is great. It's long-term investing. So I want most people that have a 401k or a 403b to embrace that. You
Okay.
are already
All right.
investing. Yep. And then if you're looking for how much you should invest, a good rule of thumb, according to Fidelity, is to invest at least 15% of your income to have
15%.
15%.
Okay.
If you can do more, you're only going to thank yourself later.
Right.
If 15 is too much, that's okay. If you can only start with 5%, start there and then work your way up.
Start somewhere, right? Exactly. All right. We're out of time, but Giovanna, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thanks for
to
having
talk
me.
about this, right?